The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Pfister. A long way out in the deep blue sea there lived a fish, not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. One day a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset he told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish, "but if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." "I can't," the Rainbow Fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales, my beautiful shining scales? Never. How could I ever be happy without them?" Suddenly he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow Fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The Rainbow Fish wavered. "Only one very small shimmery scale," he thought. "Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one." Carefully the Rainbow Fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much," the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the Rainbow Fish. For a long time he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the Rainbow Fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The Rainbow Fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the Rainbow Fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was very happy. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they called. "Come and play with us." "Here I come," said the Rainbow Fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. The end. Good Night, Little Rainbow Fish by Marcus Pfister. The little rainbow fish couldn't sleep. His eyes simply wouldn't close. He tossed and turned in his watery bed of plants. I can't get to sleep, moaned little rainbow fish. What's the trouble, darling? Asked Mummy. It's so dark. Don't be afraid, said Mummy. I'll send for the lantern fish. He'll shine his light for you until you fall asleep. Good night, little rainbow fish. Could you stay with me for a while, Mummy? I'll never leave your side, darling. Promise? Cross my rainbow heart. But suppose the tide comes and takes me away. Then I'll follow you faster than a swordfish can swim and bring you safely home again. And suppose I lose my way in an octopus's cloud of ink. Then I'll search for you, blow away the black cloud, and take you home. And suppose a monster fish comes to gobble me up. Then the monster fish will have to face me first, and I'll give him such a fright that he'll swim away and never come back. And suppose I get caught in the arms of a poisonous jellyfish. Then I'll nurse you until you're well again, and the jellyfish will get a nasty surprise. And suppose I have a bad dream tonight. Then I'll take you in my fins and hold you very, very tight. Good night, darling. Good night, Mommy, murmured little rainbow fish, and then he happily fell asleep. The end. Rainbow fish, Puffer cries shark. Rainbow Fish and his friends love to play tag. I bet you can't catch me, shouted Puffer. He jetted into Mrs. Crabbit's sculpture garden. I bet we can, said Rainbow Fish, but just as they were about to take Puffer, a shadow darkened the edge of the garden. Puffer puffed up and yelled, "Shark!" The shadow moved closer and closer. Frightened, the little fish scattered. They all zipped and zoomed behind Mrs. Crabbit's sculptures, everyone but Puffer. "Why are you little fish hiding in my garden?" snapped Mrs. Crabbit. "Mrs. Crabbit," cried Rainbow Fish, "we are so glad it is you. Puffer told us a shark was coming." "A shark?" asked Mrs. Crabbit. "Are you trying to scare your friends, Puffer?" She did not think that was very funny. "Oh, no, I would never do that," Puffer stammered. He told Mrs. Crabbit that her shadow looked like that of a shark. She grumbled. "That's a likely story." The next day the fish played in the shallows. "You'll never catch me," Puffer called. Rosie raced to the right. Spike splashed to the left. Puffer was cornered. Once again he cried, "Shark!" Rainbow Fish and his friends looked up. A huge shadow was moving towards them. The fish quickly hid among the coral and the seaweed. Everyone but Puffer. "Old Nemo," said Angel, relieved, when the giant turtle appeared. "You young fish should really be a little more careful about shouting out shark," said old Nemo. But I really thought you were a shark," said Puffer. "Then it is odd that you did not hide with your friends," said old Nemo. "Well, I finally realized it was you at the last minute," said Puffer. "It sounds a little fishy to me," said Spike. To me too, said Rainbow Fish. The friends told Puffer they would not fall for his tricks again. After school, the little fish played in the oyster beds. Remember, Puffer, no more tricks, said Rainbow Fish. Puffer promised. Catch me if you can, he said. But as soon as Puffer was surrounded, he yelled, Shark, shark, shark. Just as before, a shadow loomed in the distance. Nice try, Puffer, Spike said. I am sure it is just Miss Cuddle. The fish kept playing. The shadow moved closer and closer. But there really is a shark, Puffer cried. Very funny, Rosie said, laughing. We're not falling for your tricks this time, added Dinah. No one would listen to Puffer. The shark swam closer. Luckily, Jonah the whale was nearby patrolling the reef. He scared the shark away. Jonah called the young fish over to the edge of the reef. Didn't you see that shark? Jonah asked. You should have listened to Puffer. But we didn't know he was telling the truth, said Rainbow Fish. He has tricked us twice before. Well, Puffer, it looks like your tall tales put you and your friends in danger, said Jonah. I promise to never, ever, ever make that mistake again, said Puffer. Not in a million years. The end.